Aber es ist einfach wirklich wie die Rückseite, weißt du? Macht es jetzt da vorne und das ist einfach jetzt gut. Das nachher die Mitte ist irgendwie gefüllt.
Also für die Zunge, ne?
Interventie, nummer 15. Het atelier in de hemel.
Hello.
Hello.
Could you tell me which one of you is Andres and which one is Anders?
I'm Andres.
I'm Anders.
So who is the artist of you two?
It's both of us, we are artists.
So are you together one artist or two?
Two artists, working together. Yeah, this place that you can see down there is like a transition place. We think of it as a place between places. Like maybe at the port of Rotterdam, there is big halls or big fields where containers are waiting to be shipped somewhere. Or maybe you can think of a stock, of an art gallery, or maybe you can think of a tomb of a pharaoh that is given gifts or precious things to take it with him or her to another world or another place. So it's a bit this direction that we try to lead the people's perception of it. But in the art world, nowadays and maybe always, there is this Spannung, the tension between that that art is a physical material, and it tries to transport something for your mind or something even maybe spiritual, and it's about this tension that these works try to deal with.
So what should I tell the public?
Our work is just like an offer to the people who come to see it, and I'd say I'd be happy if there was a very big variety of reactions or of interpretations or feelings about our work. And of course, when we did it or when we look at it, we have specific feelings or interpretations about this work, but we wouldn't want to deliver that too, you know. That's the audience's job to be touched or not being touched by the work.
But people buy a ticket, to get in, to see your art.
Yeah, this is an education thing. It's for me it took quite a while, 30 years, until I learned that I don't have to read a book till the end when I don't like it. So it's when I found out that I don't have to read it if I don't want it, that was a great moment.
But it looks just like my mom's attic.
That's up to you what you think about it.
So we can't control if somebody is feeling more open when he's in it, or he's feeling claustrophobe when he's in it. We can't control this, so it's up to them. If they want to unwrap more, are wondering what is in there, or some of them are maybe happy that they don't have to think about what is in there. Both is possible.
On the one hand, it's a natural physical space where there is art standing there, but it is trying to tell a story of a metaphoric place, of a transition space. And an attic is also a bit a space between spaces, you know. It's part of the house, but nobody's caring too much about it. You just store stuff up there.
But is it finished yet?
I guess it would change when we would work 1 week longer. But on the other side, we have an idea that is coming from inspiration from there and there and there. And then we have the material that is coming from 3 different older installations from our attic. And out of this sediment, something new grows, which is in an open process, but in the center we have this idea of the big form. And then we let it happen.
What you see here is what counts for us, you know. It's not that the statement is not that you shouldn't take it serious because it's just a temporary state. That's not the point. It's what you see here is what we mean.
If there's a studio in heaven, does this mean that there's life after death?
I don't know, but people think very much about it, about this question. But and there's a variety of answers or guessings about this, but let's leave it a bit in the air about these very last things.
Already in this life we have several
lives
where we go from one to the next. So we don't have to think too much about what is later.
What would you like to take with you in your next life?
Oh. Well, good people. Well, I would like to meet good people again, and then a lot of sculptures I would like to take with me also. Beautiful sculptures that I can unwrap in the next life.
What do you like about musea?
Well, first of all, that in the good case there is a contemplative atmosphere in a museum, a bit like in a church or in a temple. And despite the fact that sometimes it's very much that recently it has been a kind of it was a hipness about that there is, you know, events in the museum and a lot of life in the museum. That's okay, but I also like the silent situation, the contemplative atmosphere in museums. And number 2, it's in terms of the market. It can be a kind of free space, you know. For example, what we did here is quite hard to sell, but it doesn't matter. So it's like you can use the museum as a field of experimentation.
Well, I work here. I sell the tickets. I look at the people who visit the museum, but still I don't get it. What's art all about?
You know, what should art do? That's a big and a simple question. Art can do so many things, you know. So there's so many possible answers to this question. One might be help people think or contemplate or be helpful for their fantasy, for example.
Yeah, maybe it's the other thing, what should do the persons with the art? Also for us it would be interesting to be here in 50 years and look at the same installation and connect it to the other time situation. That would be interesting.